Welcome to the information session on the Smarty Grants application form for the Independent Assessor Open Tender. The Smarty Grants application form can be accessed on the eTender website via your laptop or mobile phone. On the landing page, you will find standard instructions on how to use Smarty Grants, including a Smarty Grants help guide and Smarty Grants frequently asked questions. On the landing page, you can preview the online application form or download a PDF version of the form before you start an application. Please note you must fill out the form on Smarty Grants, not the PDF preview version of the form. To fill out an application, click on Start a Submission. You will then be prompted to either log in or register an account with Smarty Grants. The Smarty Grants application process allows you to jump in and out of your application at any time during the application period by selecting Save and Close. Make sure you log back into Smarty Grants using the email that you used to create the application. To navigate to the application you started, click on My Submissions at the top of the page. This will save you from starting a new submission from scratch. Please note, DCJ will only accept one submission per applicant. Please review the My Submissions tab to ensure you don't create multiple applications. Once you have started your application, ensure that you save your information as you go. You can save and navigate to different sections of your application by using the icons at the top and bottom of your application form. You can also jump to different pages of the form. You will notice that the first page includes instructions and important links to information about the tender that should be read before starting the application. This page also includes who to contact for support with your application. As you go through the application, you will notice that some response boxes have a red asterisk. These are mandatory questions. If you miss a mandatory question, you'll be prompted to answer the question before you finalise your application. Question 2.1 seeks to understand if you are applying on behalf of an Aboriginal community controlled organisation. Please note, a separate open tender targeting Aboriginal sole traders and organisations is also currently open. Information on this tender is available through eTenders under tender number DCJ 2023001 Aboriginal Independent Assessors. Aboriginal applicants may apply through either tender. Note that this section under a question often provides a hint to assist you with answering a question. Some questions in the application will only appear for you to complete based on what previous questions you have answered. For example, if you select yes to the question, are you an Aboriginal community controlled organisation, you will be required to provide further details in the questions that appear. When submitting details of your ABN, you can use your own ABN or the ABN of the organisation you are contracted to. We have provided a link to the ABN lookup to assist you in recording your ABN. You must meet all of the compliance requirements on this page. To progress your application, you must have or be willing to obtain a Working with Children check and a National Police certificate. If successful, you must provide these before being offered a panel deed. Please note all of the requirements in this section are mandatory. Please review the links in each question to ensure you answer correctly. The form has both multiple choice questions where you can select more than one answer to a question and single choice questions where you can only select one answer. For example, on page 4, service provision information, you can only select one response regarding if you identify as a cold assessor. Further down in section 4.2, you can select multiple service delivery locations, or alternatively, just select statewide. You can select clear to remove your response if you have made a mistake. On page 5, qualifications and training, you will note that different questions come up depending on your response to multiple choice questions. In your application, you will be required to upload files from your computer. Ensure that these files are saved to your computer or phone before you press the link to attach a file. In some sections of the form, you have the option to either write a response directly into Smarty Grants or attach a document. An example of this is on page 6, report writing example. For this question, if you choose to attach a document, you must note this in the text box above because it is a mandatory question. If you wish to declare a conflict of interest, you will be asked to provide details in the text boxes on the nature of your conflict of interest and the strategy to manage this. Before you submit your final application, you'll be asked to review your responses. Make sure all attachments are included and that you have answered each question fully. Once you submit your application form, you will get an email from Smarty Grants confirming your submission. Please note that once you have submitted your application, you are no longer able to edit your response. So make sure that you are happy with the information you have provided. Please note, if you have any incomplete mandatory fields when you submit, you'll be prompted to fill in this section. These questions will be highlighted in red. Please note the closing time of each batch and ensure you give yourself enough time to check and submit your application. If you have any questions about the Independent Assessor Panel or the tender process, please email the contracting team at Independent Assessors Project at facs.nsw.gov.au. For technical support with Smarty Grants, please email SPC Grants Team at facs.nsw.gov.au.